Level 1. The discovery. You're sitting in a psychology lecture. Professor says 85% of people lie daily. You don't believe it. Then you start watching. Really watching. Eye movements. Micro expressions. Vocal patterns. You see lies everywhere. In your roommate. Your parents. Your friends. That's when you realize you're different. By 21, you've read 10,000 plus faces. You can tell when someone's bluffing before they know it themselves. Nervous system betrayal. The body always tells the truth even when the mouth lies. A slight pause. A pupil dilation. A lip compression. You see it all. You get certified. FBI training. Polygraph examiner. Behavioral analysis. Deception detection. You're good at it. Really good. 94% accuracy rate. Better than most experts. But you're still poor. Still unknown. Still working for a government that doesn't care. Then one day, a man in an expensive suit walks into your office. Rolex. Tom Ford. $5,000 watch. He's a lawyer. High-profile cases. CO scandals. Political conspiracies. He needs someone who can read people better than anyone in the room. He offers you $50,000 for one consultation. You say yes. That single decision changes everything. Welcome to Level 1. You're about to enter a world where the lies are bigger, the people are richer, and the consequences are absolute. Level 2. The elite client. The consultation happens in the penthouse, 47th floor, Manhattan skyline. A billionaire tech CEO is being investigated for fraud. $2 billion missing. His lawyers need to know if he's guilty before the trial. They need someone who can read him better than a polygraph. They need you. You sit across from him. Handsome, confident, expensive suit. The kind of man who's lied his way to the top and never faced consequences. He thinks he's smarter than you. He thinks he's better at lying than you are at reading it. He's wrong. Question 1. Did you authorize a fund transfer? He says no, but his left eye dilates slightly. His vocal pitch rises 1 octave. His hands grip the table 0.3 seconds too long. He's lying. Everyone in the room believes him. Only you know the truth. You tell the lawyer afterward. He's guilty. The lawyer doesn't seem surprised. We know. We just needed confirmation from someone he can't intimidate or pay off. They write you a check for $100,000. You're now part of a club. The people who read the unreadable. Within 2 months, you're working for senators, CEOs, hedge fund managers, celebrity lawyers. Everyone wants to know if the people around them are telling the truth. Everyone wants an edge. Everyone is willing to pay for certainty. You become their secret weapon, their insurance policy, their lie detector. Level 3, the dark side. You start to see patterns. The wealthier someone is, the better they lie. Generational wealth equals generational deception. They practice lying since childhood. They lie to parents, teachers, judges, cameras. By the time they are rich, it's automatic, but you can still see it. One billionaire asks you to analyze his business partner. You read him. The partner is planning to steal $500 million. You tell the billionaire. He thanks you. Then he tells you something that changes everything. I already knew. I was testing you. I just needed to know if you could be trusted. That's when you realize the real game. This isn't about finding truth. It's about power. About knowing who lies, how they lie, why they lie, and using that knowledge to control them. You're not a lie detector anymore. You're a weapon. And weapons get dangerous, people. A senator offers you $1 million to read his opponent during a live debate, not to expose him publicly, just to know his tells. to know when is about to lie. So the senator can counter before the lie lands. You do it. The senator wins the election by 2%. You realize you just changed American politics with your eyes. Your income goes from $100,000 per year to $500,000 per year to $2 million per year. You have offshore accounts. You have security. You have a life most people can't imagine. But you also have a problem. You can't turn it off. You read everyone. Your girlfriend, your family, your friends. Everyone is lying. Everyone. And you know exactly what they're lying about. Level 4, the consequence. Your relationship ends because you told your girlfriend the exact moment she started cheating. Emotionally, at first, with her coworker, for 3 weeks before anything physical happened. You knew the day it shifted from friendship to betrayal. You told her. She left because nobody wants to be known that completely. Nobody wants to be read that accurately. Your parents stopped calling because you told them you knew about the money they stole from each other's retirement accounts. You weren't supposed to know. You weren't supposed to see it. But when you looked at them during dinner, you read the lie, the guilt, the justified anger, the financial desperation. You said something. It destroyed them. You realize a terrible thing. Knowing the truth isn't the same as understanding people. Reading a lie doesn't mean understanding why they lied. A business partner lies about an affair because he's afraid of losing his marriage. A CEO lies about profits because he's terrified of disappointing investors. A senator lies because he's protecting his legacy. The lie is always covering something human. But you only see the lie. You take on a case. A man accused of embezzlement. You read him in the interrogation room. His lying. His definitely lying. Every tell screams guilt. But then you talk to his lawyer. The man is lying to protect his daughter. She embezzled the money for medical treatment he couldn't afford. He took the fall. He's guilty, yes, but is also a father. And you just destroyed him because you were good at your job. That case costs you your morality. You realize being right all the time doesn't make you good. It makes you dangerous. You're reading people's darkest moments, their desperate choices, their last-ditch efforts to survive, and you're weaponizing that knowledge for wealthy people who don't care. Level 5, the point of no return. An organized crime family hires you. Real organized crime. Not the political kind. The kind that kills people. They want you to read their own members. They want to know who's talking to federal agents. Who's selling information. Who's going to flip. You know what happens if you help them. Bodies. Disappearances. Murders. You say no. They don't ask again. They just smile. And suddenly you understand. You're trapped. You know too much. You've read too many secrets. You work for too many powerful people. If you refuse work, you become a liability. If you go to the police, you'll be destroyed. If you try to disappear, they'll find you. You do the job. You identify 3 people with deception patterns suggesting federal cooperation. The mob boss thanks you with $2 million. 2 weeks later, you see the news. 3 bodies found in New Jersey. You read them on screen. You know what happened. You made it possible. You killed them with your ability to read lies. That night you can't sleep. Your superpower becomes your nightmare. You lie awake knowing that being the best at reading deception also makes you complicit in deception. You become what you read, a liar, not with words, but with your silence, with your choices, with your willingness to help the worst people for money. You try to leave. You tell everyone you're retiring, taking a break from consulting, but the calls don't stop. A president's campaign needs you to read a scandal victim before she testifies. A hedge fund needs you to evaluate a CFO's loyalty. A billionaire needs you to read his will beneficiaries. They all know you can't say no. They all know you're theirs now. Level 6. The Reckoning. Federal agents show up at your office. FBI. They want to know about your work with organized crime. They want you to testify. They want you to wear a wire. They want to use you the same way the mob used you, just for different masters. There is no escape. There is no neutrality. There is only choosing which powerful people to serve. You cooperate with the FBI. You testify against the mob. You identify the relationships. You become a federal asset. But now the mob knows you betrayed them. Now you need protection. Now your entire life is witness protection. New name, new city, new identity. You're still a lie detector, but now you're a lie detector in hiding. Years pass. You work as a therapist now, reading people's psychological lies instead of their deceptions. It feels safer. It feels cleaner, but you still read them. You still know when a client is lying to themselves about why they are really depressed. You still see the micro expressions revealing the truth they are not saying. You can never turn it off. A news article breaks. Your old work with a senator surfaces. The senator goes to prison. Corruption charges. Campaign fraud. His lawyers claim you manipulated him. They claim your lie reading analysis was pseudoscience designed to entrap powerful men. You know you just read him accurately. But now you're on trial. Your gift is being called a fraud. You're acquitted, but the damage is done. You can't work anymore. You're radioactive. No one wants you. The people you helped turned on you. The people you read became enemies. You're isolated. You're alone. You're a lie detector in a world that no longer wants the truth. Level 7. The Final Truth. You sit alone and finally understand the real lie. You thought reading lies would give you power. You thought being able to detect deception would make you important. You thought your gift made you special. But all it made you was a tool, a weapon, a mirror that only reflected other people's darkness without ever showing them a path to light. The people you read don't need a lie detector. They need a therapist, a friend, someone who sees their lie and asks why, instead of just exposing it. But you only read the surface. You only saw the deception. You never understood the desperation beneath it. You never tried to help. You only profited. Now you understand. The most dangerous lie isn't what someone says. It's what you believe about yourself. You believed you were a truth teller. You were a profit maker. You believed you were different. You were complicit. You believed you were special. You were replaceable. Every lie detector thinks they're enlightened. Every one of them becomes corrupted. Because the real truth is this: if you can read lies perfectly, you've seen the worst part of humanity. And once you've seen that, you can never believe in good again. You can never trust anyone. You can never love anyone without analyzing their micro-expressions for signs of betrayal. Your gift becomes your curse. Your power becomes your prison. You're 45 years old. You've made $50 million. You've influenced elections. You destroyed lives. You saved lives. You've read 100,000 plus people and never understood a single one. You know when they're lying, but you've never known why. And that's the final lie. You thought reading lies made you wise. It only made you blind to everything except deception. The end.